Hi, my name is Mitch. Thanks for your interest in my Mercedes. I've scheduled some time today to take some pictures and some videos of this outside in the sun. The pictures that I took originally were a little artsy-fartsy, and so I wanted something just very straightforward that you can kind of see, any imperfections in the paint and kind of go through a few things. And like I said, I had scheduled time today to do that, but today got away, and it's now 10:30, and so this is my warehouse, and this is the closest thing I've got to some daylight. So bear with me, and I just wanted to kind of give an intro, where the car came from, why I have it, all of those kinds of fun things, and then I'll go into a few other things, and then hopefully tomorrow I can break away and just do a quick video of daylight, natural sunlight. You guys can see the vehicle. So anyways, again, this is my 1985 Mercedes 300D. A quick backstory: a few years before my daughter turned 16, I'm a gearhead, by the way, and so anytime somebody's dealing with cars or turning 16 or anything like that, you've got my attention. And so she was, before she turned 16, I made a deal with her and said, hey, if you save up money, I'll save up money, and we'll go in and it'll be your car. So you'll have skin in the game, you'll take care of it. And so we came to an agreement, and the hunt was on. And, I wanted something like this, something that was easier to repair, great on insurance, kind of slow, a tank. So if she ever got hit, she'd be okay. Yeah, and it took me about 7 months to find this, and it's actually, I was hoping to get kind of more of a beater, but I was excited to see this and the story with it. It came out of Dugway. That's Dugway Proving Grounds here in Utah, and it was a project manager of the chemical department. It's an Army base, and he passed away in 2018. He was 91, and so one owner car, and he had it up to, I think, 121,000 miles. Took great care of it. I've got documents on, the oil changes and such like that. But anyways, pulled the trigger on it. Was excited to have it. It's always been a bucket list item, so it's kind of a win-win. My daughter was not so excited about it. She said it was an old man's car, which, for a teenage girl, that's fair. It's a smelly old diesel, but I was excited for it. So we ended up getting it home, and as I, really started thinking about it, and I just couldn't have a teenager drive it. So it's way too nice, a little bit piece of history, and so we ended up getting her a 2003 Ford Focus that I think has a dent in every single door. So knock on wood, she has not put any of those dents in, and we're safe. But anyways, this car, like I said, it's a 1985 300D. It is I'm trying to think of the paint code. It's an 881H, which a thistle green. The interior is leather. It's the 254 code. And it's brown. It's a light brown. So, and like I say, in my pictures and everything, you'll be able to see that. It has the automatic antenna that works great. It's got the original radio, works great. The screen's a little digital. Some of the little things are out, and you'll see that as well. Climate control. When I bought it, AC did not work. All the buttons work. They function as they should. I had the AC recharged, and it worked, but it didn't work for long. I think by the end of the summer, you know, it was like 6 months, I quit working. So I'm sure there's a leak somewhere in it, and I don't drive it enough to get it fixed. So, what else? There's a bunch of other things that we'll talk about, and I'll pause you here and I'll open the hood and we'll talk about a few things in there. All right, welcome back. So, you know, as I prepped to sell this, you know, you think about, oh, do I totally wax and wash and WD-40 and Armor All everything? And you know, there's the thought of, oh, you're polishing a turd, and then if you don't, you don't maintain your stuff, and wow, why can't you clean it? And so honestly, I didn't have to deal with that. One, I'm just kind of an OCD person that likes things kind of as they should, but also it was clean when I got it. You'll see in my pictures, I included a picture of the day that I bought it, of the engine, and there's some corrosion here and there on the the aluminum valve cover, and just some general dirt, and then a picture after I've kind of done some things to it. So there's not a whole lot of difference. It was very well maintained and taken care of. So anyways, cooling system, I went ahead and I swapped out the thermostat, the water pump, the radiator hoses, drained everything. The air filter, the nut still missing. I don't know where that is. I just need to get a new one. The fuel system, so I did a diesel purge, with the liquid moly, the cigar line, filters, the other lines replaced. I'll do another quick video in the day. But I did the primer pump, it was leaking. So that was all good. Changed the filter. I had no idea when the valves were last done, so I adjusted the valves. Seemed to smoothen it up a little bit. I did the engine oil, transmission oil, changed those filters. The engine pan, I changed it. I wanted to make it nicer, so I changed the engine oil pan. Power steering fluid, I sucked that out, changed the filter, cleaned it all up. It was as it should have been. So I was, kind of going through the list, seeing, okay, what can I clean, what can I do, and it was really nice as well. So there's no blow by. That's a thing to some and not a thing to others. So I'll do a video on that. Clock works. Let's see. We talked about the AC. Power windows. The power windows work. Power antenna, I mentioned that. The sunroof, everything works. Power door locks, they work for about, maybe an hour after I turn off the vehicle. So there's a leak somewhere in there, but obviously they work great when the engine's running, and then, like say, about an hour after, then it'll stop working. If I flip the switch, start the vehicle again, then they'll activate. So I'm sure there's like I say, there's a leak in there, and I'll do a video on that to show you kind of what's going on there. Anyways, that's the engine. Majority of what I did there. Yeah, anyways, there is, let me point that out, the boot on this is missing. So I did not take the time to dig that out and replace it. So that is something that would need to be addressed. But other than that, runs great. So I'll do a cold start video, and the gas or the oil cap dance and all those things. So I'll catch you in a little bit. All right, welcome back. So temperature, car probably drove 5 hours ago. So you've got 65, get in there around the exhaust, 66. Outside, the cement is around 59. So I would say that it's pretty cold. So we'll go in and go here in the dark. I'll try not to grunt when I sit down. My Goonies keychain. Hey, look, it's 10 o'clock. About a half hour off. I forgot to shoot the oil cap tap dance for those of you who are interested in seeing that. There we go. Yes, this car does live at my work. It's nice and climate controlled. So, thanks again for watching.